Hi, my name is Sheila Willis of Impact Tourism, the developer of the History Check mobile app. Welcome to History Bytes, your daily dose of Alberta Historical Trivia, brought to you in partnership with Belt Drive Betty Media and the Canadian Motorcycle Tourism Association. You can register to answer the questions for a shot to win prizes, or just take the quiz to satisfy your own brain power. Either way, we're excited to see how much of Alberta's history you really know. And yesterday's question was the classic book and film Mrs. Mike written as A, a true story, or B, a work of fiction? And the answer is B, a work of fiction. While the front cover of the book, Mrs. Mike, says the heartwarming classic story of the Boston girl who married a rugged Canadian Mountie, the inside cover clearly states it's a work of fiction. It is a really great novel, and I myself was fooled for a while. Benedict and Nancy Friedman, the authors, did a great job of nailing down the time period and content to make it believable. They even included the story of Baldy Red and the Nuns that was the January 21st History Bite. The story itself is about Catherine Mary Flanagan, who married an RCMP Sergeant Mike Flanagan. It's set in the Canadian wilderness of the 1900s and combines the landscape and hardships of the period. In 1945, Flanagan went to Los Angeles, feeling her story would be made into a film. Instead, her agents introduced her to the Friedmans, who then wrote the novel based on her story. It was considered by some as a young adult classic, and Peggy Orenstein referenced it as a story that changed her life in the Oprah magazine in December 2007. Serialized in the Atlantic Monthly and the March 1940 selection of the Literary Guild, its success included 27 non-U.S. editions and was published as an armed service edition for the U.S. servicemen abroad. In 1949, a film version was released. It was number 70 of the top grossers of 1950. Flanagan ended up suing its producers for $25,000, but the claim was dismissed. While a great read that really puts a feel on what Northern Alberta and Hudson's Hope, BC would have been like in the day, it did have discrepancies. I just hope it interests people enough to make the journey to areas mentioned, and that they visit the museums and archives and read the many plaques that account the true history. And it has served its purpose, in my mind. Who knows? Maybe it can be Northern Alberta's version of Anne of Green Gables. And tomorrow's question is, the documentary Just a Plowboy is about which playwright raised in the Athabasca region? Is it A, George Luscombe, B, Morris Panitch, or C, George Riga? Come back tomorrow for the answer and the story that goes along with it. Then we'll load you up with the next day's question. Enjoy!